Okay, we are back, and we just found out that Matthew proposed, or at least gave her a ring. It's still sitting there, so obviously I don't think she accepted it, seeing how she had a thing with uh, Charles. But we got the briefcase, we got a key to Bernard's house, a room key, so it's probably the room that we couldn't get into earlier. We got the hammer, so we can pull out nails and fix broken drawers. So that's Wanda's house and Bernard's. And then we have this hospital room key, which we are by the hospital, so we can head over there. And we have the briefcase key, so we can head over to... I think... Let's see. Can I... Thank you. I like having both open. I don't know. It's just the thing. So we'll go to the hospital. Well, we're closer to the inn, so let's go here first. And we'll go into his briefcase. I'm sure he won't mind. Like, I don't know much more that we can get, right? Like, how much more information can we get around here? I mean, obviously we still have to find the killer. There's just so much going on. Okay, so we have autopsy report. So Andrew Reed found at home, pronounced dead at scene, 3rd-degree burns across body. Closer inspection reveals punctured lungs with an object similar to a switchblade or a small knife. Oh. Okay. Henry Johnson. Victim's lungs did not contain water, so he did not die by drowning. Oh. Top right of the skull, leaning towards the front, above the right eye, has a wide crack from a sharp object in strong force. Front torso, face, and marks. Okay. Whoa. Okay, this is different. Vivian Roberts. Died from blood loss. This one matches up with what we know, kind of what happened with her. But the other two, they were staged, right? That means someone was trying to hide that they were attacked. Because marks on your arms, like back of the portion of the forearms suffered, meaning he was trying to defend himself. So didn't Vivian. But this one looks like they didn't try to defend it, like they didn't expect it maybe, I don't know. So she was 55 when she was killed. Obviously we have her death date. I don't know why I actually put that together. So these guys actually didn't drown, like he didn't drown, he was attacked. It doesn't look like he actually died because of the fire, he died because of the blade. And the fire was just set. That's insane. The code for Charles' safe is in the gallery is Vincent's birth date. How could I have not thought about that? That actually makes sense. Like, usually people would use like their kid's birth date. Okay. Oh yeah, Bernard's house had the dartboard. Let's go to the sheriff's office because we now have a code for them. Yeah. That's insane. Okay, so The doctor didn't die from drowning. He died because he got attacked. And then someone put his body in the river water to make it look like he was drowned. Thank God for autopsies. I'm sure if they autopsied the mother-in-law's body, that they would have found, like, what? It's an overdose? Alright, so the code for this is 7741. 7741. Nope, wait. Pick up. Our car key. Oh. Oh, wait. No, we didn't have this. We just opened this stuff. Okay. Interview. Alibis. Okay, I wasn't here when my wife was killed. I left for New York. Okay, so he wasn't even in town. There's an annual religious gathering event in Hartford where the pastors from different churches in our state. Okay, so Matthew was out of state. No, I live alone. I don't think it was Dorothy, though. I live alone. Bernard's, that's... felt sick. He was not feeling good, so maybe it wasn't the butler. I know a lot of people are yelling at me, it's a butler, it's a butler. But he lives alone. But he did have that bloody floorboard. I have his number at home. I can give it to you later. Derek never gave me the letter. Derek. Okay. No, I actually didn't read all this, but so he said that he was feeling sick. Even Dorothy backs up that claim. He never gave me the number. I don't know. There we go. The crack in Vivian's skull shows that the weapon used in an object with a heavy and sharp end, something like an axe, would fit the description. To cause a crack that big, the attacker must be rather strong. I'm assuming either it's a man or a woman. Facing cancer. She tried to block the attacks by holding up her arms. That's what we were saying. One, the victim was facing the killer. The killer was strong enough to land such a clean but deadly blow, and the killer is left-handed. Okay. So he wasn't supposed to give this information to him, I guess, but he's just doing him a solid. But killer left-handed, the only person we know that's left-handed is Bernard. If we look at this right there, he's left-handed. Okay. Wow. Hey, look, the flashlight's back here. So maybe it was Bernard, because that's the only person that we know. Like, Mary kind of went out of her way to say, hey, this is a person left-handed. No one else has been confirmed to have, be left-handed. So, it's really sussy of Bernard. Okay, so we did the briefcase. We'll go to Wanda's house, and then Bernard's, and then the mansion to do the gallery safe. Can I open this? No. Somewhere down here. Yeah, over here. Okay, I guess we're gonna go, yeah, we're just gonna go to Wanda's house first, and then we'll go to Bernard's. That way we keep up with what we're actually saying we're doing. All right, so let's go fix this drawer. I'm just running into everything. So there we go. The school called. The principal told me that the kids have been calling Derek's names. I know that Derek wants to know where his father is. I don't know what to say to him. Told me that Derek poked a bird's nest until it fell out of the tree. After that, he stoned the chicks to death. Oh my god, the principal asked if Derek had suffered any kind of trauma that would cause him to act like this. I could not tell him that Derek witnessed Sophia being killed. He was only 5 when that happened. Yo. I should have asked him to keep quiet. I should not have asked him to keep quiet about Sophia's death. He must have been bottling up his emotions all these years. Maybe it's time to start homeschooling him. So he saw what happened to Sophia. Wow. Okay. So okay, we got a child psychologist type thing going on. Mom was crying, her tears dripping. I woke up. Kitty was purring. I don't think she wants to go out. Kitty flew away. Wall fence. There's a door that's always locked, but there's light behind the keyhole. I walked to the door, looked through the keyhole. There's 4 people. 2 of them were fighting. A baby was crying. Then one of them fell down and hit her head. She stopped moving. Her eyes were open. I wet my pants because she was looking at me. Yeah, so he did. He witnessed Sophia being killed. Poor kid. And then his mom said, hey, don't say anything about it. Like, oh, the psyche right there just got messed up. Oh. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, he then proceeded to go and, like, kill some baby birds. Okay, so this house we have 3 things. We have a door that we can now open. Yep. So bedroom. I do like the dark walls. I always like dark wood. Alright, so we have a diary. The hospital gave me these pills. They are supposed to help fight depression. I feel a slight dizziness. It might be the food I ate this morning. The dizziness comes and goes. I'm still able to work, not a big problem. It's my day off. I didn't take the medicine. By the evening, I started thinking about Vivian. I had to drive Vivian again, so I took double the doses. I had a migraine for the rest of the day. At least I didn't have to think about her. Couldn't Vivian stop seeing that guy? Why can't I stop thinking about it? Now I know that my dizziness comes from those pills. The pills, they don't seem to work anymore. It doesn't matter if I take them or not. I can't stop imagining what Vivian and that guy are doing whenever they meet. I stopped taking the medication. Is that actually his diary? Does it seem like... Well... Okay. I guess it... Hold on. I wish I could, like, do a side by side. I guess I could take a picture of it. I drove Vivian today since Derek is out of town with Charles. I was driving We talked as I was driving. We talked. She felt empty and tired. Trisha hates Vivian for trying to stop her from seeing Scott. How much I admire her. I'm just trying to see if we have anything here. I'm mostly just happy to be with her. So it seems Bernard actually had a thing for Vivian. He doesn't think Charles deserves to be with her. And then they enter the apartment together. So who is he? I don't know, but stop being a damn stalker. Is this considered stalking? It is. Stop. Like, oh my goodness. Before leaving, she kissed him on the cheek. What's going on? I tracked down the guy who works at a bank. The place they meet is his apartment. How could she do that? Who the hell is he? I reported sick. She's supposed to choose me. Yo, Bernard, get over yourself. Like, come on. I didn't do that. Okay, so we have a gun up here. Bernard, you're looking so sus, my dude. Okay, so we have this over here. Plus this. Hold on. This button. I think. There's dried bloodstains on it. But we know that Vivian was killed with like an axe because of the report that the guy in the office center in the sheriff office. Okay, so we actually don't need to look at that. So the code for this is this, right? Which I believe is this one. And that's the red one that we missed. So, okay, that's what? That's the middle one is 50 points. The second row is times 3, which is 60. So 50 and 60, 110. And then I believe this is times 1. No. Times 2? I want to say it's times 2. So it was an 18 times 2 plus the 100. Hold on, let me get my calculator out. So I'm gonna have to distract this number anyway. Oh, that's a calendar. Hold on. Calculator. There we go. Alright, so we have 101. 110, sorry. Plus 18, 20, 36. So it's 146 minus. Now, the two outer rings here are times 1. So it's 7 times 1 and then 2 times 1. So we're looking at minus 8. No, minus 9. Sorry. So 137. But it's 4 code. So I don't know. Let's do 137 0. No. So let's put 7 here. 3 here. 1 here. Okay, cool. We did it. Okay, we got another diary. When the police reported that Vivian was murdered, I was floored. I still don't know what to do. My mind is blank. All I can think is, how could it happen? How can Vivian be dead? You're psycho. People are coming and calling in to express their condolences. Charles has been out of his room for days, and Trisha's crying her heart out. Dorothy's been assigning busy work to keep all the mansion employees, hoping it would take the minds off of Vivian's death. Samuel has reviewed the tapes. Scott was just apprehended for. Is that true? No one would have thought that. I could never ever believe that Scott. Yeah, we know that Scott didn't do it. Scott definitely didn't do it. Like even in the here it says that he believes Scott couldn't do it. Everyone's saying Scott couldn't have done it. Like even Stephen believed that Scott didn't do it. So I don't think Scott did it. Trisha was hospitalized today. She had a nervous breakdown after finding out that Scott could be her mother's killer. Um, yeah. Matthew never believed his son killed Vivian. He hired some fancy lawyer to defend him. Scott's been released on bail today. It's beyond ridiculous. I don't think Scott should have been released at all, despite the infant. But you don't know he killed Vivian. You literally are contradicting yourself right now. You don't think that. You just said you don't think that Scott would have done it. They found some stuff belonging to Vivian, a key, and some stationery. I asked Charles what he would like to do with them, but he told me to take care of it myself. I brought him home back to my place. Vivian's death has caused lots of grief to everyone, especially Charles. After hearing how heartbroken Charles was 2 nights ago, I can't bear to see him suffer anymore. Scott should pay for what he did. Oh, okay. Did he kill Scott? I don't. That could be a thing, but it doesn't explain why he have access missing, and that. Hmm. It's so hard to decide. Scott should pay. Like, the murder weapon's in there. We don't know how Scott died yet, though, so we don't know if he was stabbed or he got the axe. But I mean, there is a weapon that he tried to hide in his floorboards, right? Okay. We have the safe and this key, which I believe, because I already said it's Vivian's. I think it's the one for her desk in the tea room. It's the only other desk I can think of that is there. Yeah, that's the only desk I can like. I've just sat here trying to think. Like there's Charles's desk, which is in the study, and then the tea room. All right, so let's go to the gallery. Actually, hold on. Yeah, we still have to find this code. All right, so we're going to the gallery. It's Vincent's birthday. And which is Scott's birthday, because now we know Vincent is Scott. So if I go to our information page here, Scott was born June 1st, 1975. Or not June. Yeah, June. I don't know why that was so hard. So that would mean, what month is that? 6? So 6/1 1975. Yes. Open. Oh, we have a king with a 4. So let's write that down in our thing. Purple. Oop. There's actually a few information that we can put down. So like Derek saw Sophia killed. Wanda knew about it. Got killed. So knew about Sophia getting killed, right? And then Derek witnessed it. Oh God. Okay. There's so much stuff going on. Uh, to last will and testament. Okay. Item 1 of my will should be modified to read: should a boy be born to the Roberts family that is a direct lineage to Charles Roberts, if he is the eldest son and no other contest, he shall inherit all the family's fortune upon Charles Roberts' death, passing. The sole condition to this that the son must be at least 25 years old. Of age, sorry. And oh, he did this. Oh my. So, wait. Article 6A of my will should be stricken in its entirety. The firstborn child of the Roberts family shall inherit 50% of the family's fortune should Charles Roberts pass away. Article 11 should be added to my will and should read: Vincent Roberts, born of Charles Roberts and Sophia Miller, and Painscreek, shall be officially acknowledged as a family member of the Roberts family effective. Are you kidding me? Okay, so the firstborn child was supposed to get 50%, right? That's what they said, but now he's stricken it in its entirety, so that's not happening anymore. So now it's should the boy. So pretty much as soon as that kid was born, Trisha wasn't going to get nothing from her father if he passed away beforehand, like before all this obviously went down. And because of Article 3 or Item 3, that would mean he would have inherited everything. That is so scummy of Charles. Like, I'm sorry. It is. You're saying that your firstborn child should inherit. Like, you have two children. Just split it. Give 50% to your daughter, 50% to your son. Like, it's not that hard. That is. I'm controlling myself. I really don't like this though. Like, just seeing that just makes my blood boil. Oh my God. I cannot believe that Scott killed my wife. It's been spewed all over the media. How? Why? He loves Trisha, and I treated him like my own son. It doesn't make any sense. Again, right there. Why would he kill Vivian? He did not answer, but slightly looked down at the floor. Does he feel any guilt or remorse for what he's done? You literally just said that. How? Why? Like you don't. You're questioning it, and now you're not. What's up with people like that? There's like no evidence proving that Scott did it, other than he was the last known person to be near her, right? That doesn't mean that he did it. It just means he's the last known person near her. I visited Scott again today, knowing that he'll be released soon. There wasn't enough evidence to pin on him, right? Yeah, because there isn't. I looked into him before, but I didn't care. I wanted to know why he killed Vivian. When I asked, he just stared at me. I yelled at him. I was about to leave, but when out of nowhere, I said, I pity the... Okay. Because you're stupid, that's why. Because by this point, Scott already knows that Charles is his father. Okay? Just to give you guys a heads up. Like a reminder. I'm grabbing a drink. Hold on. Oh, God. I'm just hitting everything when I'm trying to put that down. So, by this point, Scott already knows that his father is Charles and his mom is Sophia. He probably went to Vivian and was like, hey, what happened? Why? Why was this a thing? What was going on? So, I'm wondering if Vivian like figured out that Scott was Vincent. I mean, it's the only thing I can really think of. Like, right? Like, that's what else would they actually, like, why would he go there other than to figure out what happened to his mom and what happened, you know? So he knew. I don't know. I got drunk last night at the inn. All right, Bernard he drove me home. So if I remember, okay, so study room, desk, chess pieces, king slash knight, queen, bishop. So we don't. Oh, I'm glad we wrote those down. Okay, so November 2nd for Charles, right? Journal, diaries. February 4th. February 4th. So, okay. This is where he was talking about that Charles was really upset. Um and what I would do to have someone get rid of him. So, literally you're telling, oh my god. Everyone's kind of making the wrong choices in life right now. Like, there was a lot easier way of dealing. Like, I get their fight broke out, but to hide the body was not the idea. Like, you should have reported it. But, like, yo, we were in a fight. I will say this, but, like, I didn't mean for this to happen, you know? Alright, so we have a couple things. Okay, so does it mean knight or knight king, queen bishop? But then we would need something to finish it off with. So, okay, let's try knight, queen. I don't have a bishop. We only have the rook, queen, king, pawn, and king. Knight. I don't think I said knight instead of king. Whatever, I said king instead of knight. Whatever. So we don't actually have the bishop, so we can't actually get to this one until we know what the bishop is. I haven't found a bishop. Well, that's not good. I don't know. Hopefully it's in here. I have a diary. Hello, Louis, live in the same house. Charlie and I hardly spoke. I know that he's been feeling guilty ever since his affair, but that was 20 years ago. It's high time I forgive him out loud. Next, I need to work things out with Trisha. I've been objecting to our relationship with Scott for quite some time, and in doing so, Trisha has been avoiding me. I haven't been a good mother, but I want to be there whenever she needs me now. I just want to make things go back the way they were. Okay, so it's been 20 years, and she's willing to forgive him, like, out loud. So that way he can stop being guilty. Honestly, I would have left him, but that's just me. And she wants to make things better with Trisha because she already said that, like, she missed their connection that they had before. So I understand that one. The agency arranged for a new guy to help me. His name's Owen Smith, quite a young man for what he has accomplished. During our meeting, Owen asked me many things as if he was interviewing me. The brief introduction turned out to be hours long. However, by the end of it, he said he had everything he needed and will get things moving right away. I have a good feeling about him. Owen called to meet with me today. He had the papers ready for me to sign. He said that the location of the exhibit has been approved. All we need is the down payment. That's great. I signed the papers almost immediately. After that, I informed our accountant, Helen, to transfer the money from the Robert's Relief Fund since the hospital won't be needing any for a while. Owen's been a great help since we brought up the idea of an art gallery for the public. I'm not sure if things could have gone so quickly if it had been some other agent. I owe him that much. The art gallery will be open in 3 months. I'm so excited about it. We have received most of the artwork. I haven't felt this alive in a very long time. I have a purpose now. Girl! So, did Bernard say, like, who? Okay, he doesn't say who. Hmm. So she finally feels alive, only to get killed. And she's ready to move on. But in all actuality, like, that's something that, like, if you're having a fight with someone and it gets to that, like, the guy should have broken it up way before people started putting hands on each other, right? Um, Charles should have kept his hands to himself in the beginning and not gone and cheat on her, for one. And then you would avoid all this mess. Wrong button. Belongs to a... Why does it tell us the... Well, I guess it's a good thing. Alright. We have the hospital room key, which I believe... Yeah. So we'll go back here, go to the hospital room, which I believe, if I remember correctly, was Trisha's room when she was in the hospital. So, Bernard definitely doesn't have his hands cleaned. He's left-handed. He's pretty much like the top suspect, I think, just because of how... But then why would he kill Vivian, right? I mean, he could have done it out of jealousy, I guess. Again, I didn't do that. It's like the game knows I want these opened. Thank you, game. Alright. 208. What's down here? 206, 207. 204, 203. Alright, what we got? They really do like opening things for me. Thank you, game. Happily ever after. I remember doing this. Like, you just record the video. I'm old. Oh, okay. Multiple stab wounds to the heart. Okay. And look at that. The picture. That's the God, the driveway for the mansion. Bernard's house is just over here. I don't know. I'm going to say Bernard killed Scott. At the very least, I don't think he killed Vivian, but he killed Scott. Like, there's no other option there. Like, he's got the bloody bloody knife in his house, where one was missing in his house. Now it's not missing. We found it. It's in the floorboards. And he also believed that Scott needed to pay, especially after how Charles was a couple of nights after, like, beforehand. And he had some time to think about this because it was. So this is 2 days after he was found then. Because the graveyard said he died November 15th. It was November 4th? November 2nd that Charles said what he said at the bar. November 4th is when Bernard said this should happen. Like, he should pay as well. So 11 days later, Scott dies. Like I said, I want to say it was Bernard who got Scott. Definitely. Looks like a room key. This looks like... I love Dorothy's handwriting. It's so nice. Like, I wish my handwriting was as good. Yesterday, hearing that Scott was apprehended for the murder of her mother, Trisha collapsed. To inform us, it was just a nervous breakdown. However, they said that she stayed there for a few days, asking me to stay by her side. Always hated the rain. She stayed in bed, tucked under the blankets nearly the entire day. Here and there, she murmurs Scott's name out loud. She cried herself to sleep a few times. It pains me to see her like, yeah, it would. You're pretty much her second mother. That would have been awful. Charles visits Trisha almost every day. Today, he was quieter than usual. All of a sudden, he told me that Vivian had been seeing another man, apparently a banker, for more than a year. He asked me if Vivian ever talked to me about it. I said I didn't know anything, but was sure that Vivian would never have done such a thing. Then I realized that Trisha was awake. I'm not sure she heard our conversation. He asked me if I remember seeing any da-da-da-da. I just want to forget. Before he left, he asked if Scott could really be the killer. Oh, before he left, I asked if Scott could really be the killer. He said he's wondering the same thing. If Scott was not the killer, then who killed Vivian? I asked him how he was doing. He said medical da-da-da-da. Before he left, he leaned close to her and whispered, would it have been better if Scott just never showed up? Would you have chosen me? I wish I never heard that. Yeah, I can hear that. So, somewhere along the way, like, Charles found out that she was seeing someone, but from her journal, she didn't say she didn't mention seeing anyone. She just mentioned an agent working with her so they can work on... Maybe that's... I honestly think that's who she was seeing, and Bernard got it into his head that she was cheating on Charles. But it doesn't make sense. It's been 20 years, and she was still by his side. Like, if she was going to do that, I think she would have done it sooner. Right? Because, like, why? Why? You know? Like, why wait till you're 55 to do that? 20 years after the initial affair. And then why stay with him only to turn around and do it as well? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if it was supposed to be like a revenge type thing, I can understand, but that would have been happened sooner rather than 20 years later. I'm not sure. But honestly, Charles, you can suck it. I would have left you. Like, you're lucky she stayed. I was opening my drink. Okay, so we now have a key. A bedroom key found next to Dorothy's diary in the hospital. So probably her bedroom. And now we have this key for a car. Like, is that... Are we about to be attacked and that's how we're gonna get out? Is this the way I went? Yes. Okay, this is the way we went. Alright, so... This way. This place is so confusing to me. Like, this is not as confusing as my hometown's hospital. Because that hospital... It used to... When I was first started going to it, again, I can remember it. It was really small and it was kind of like down below. But then it got... Because like we had a college and everything, it just grew to this giant thing. But what they did was they took... We're going to Dorothy's house, by the way. They made it really strange. I don't know how to explain it. They just kind of like added on to the building as they needed more stuff and more staff and everything. So you went from this tiny building that was just there for pretty much All right, that's the bathroom. Oh, upstairs. It was just a little thing, and then, like I said, it did just kind of like added on. They did it to the school as well. My town didn't like rebuilding, I guess, because we just kept adding on. Like, so you had to have to go downstairs to go through a hallway to go up the stairs to actually get to another part of the building type thing. It was something. Oh no! Mr. Roberts falls 40 feet from rooftop, lands on head, and dies. The hospital is now checking to see why the roof door was not locked. It's still not locked. We were just up there, weren't we? Last time when we went to the hospital last time, or not this last time, but the last video, I should say. We were up there. That was the roof, right? Where was Where's Dorothy? Uh Wandering around the hospital around 6:30. She headed to a roof at 6:54. A few minutes later, her body was found on the ground 3 floors below. Where is Dorothy? I thought Dorothy was staying with her. So now we know how Trisha dies. Trisha passes away because she jumped off a roof. I'm gonna say Scott got killed because of Bernard. But we still don't know, because now it's not just a Vivian murder, it's now Andrew, Vivian, and the doctor. Oh, man. That's upsetting. I mean, can you imagine? Oh, alright, okay. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for you for all you've done. You've taken care of my store on so many occasions. You helped maintain its bright spirit. I would be lying if I said I'm not saddened by your departure. I would. Okay, so yeah, she did leave. We did see that message before. Do invite me there once you settled in. And she did clean. Looks like a house key. It's probably for his store. Sophia. Oh, we can unlock this? Well, her son was born 1975. So 1975? No. Why is my microphone keep turning? I know you can't see it, but my microphone keeps turning to the right for some reason. It's kind of driving me insane. Yeah, we had our necklace. Didn't it have numbers on it? 0526. 0526. Oh, get it. Okay. Dear Sophia, how have you been? I hope everyone is treating you well at the mansion. I haven't received any letters from you for a while. I hope you're doing doing all right. Doing well. March 6th. This is before she died, I think? Right? Is that before she died? Or after? Yeah, this is before she died, so why was she not replying to him? Wait for my telegram that day. Oh, okay, so this is... Okay. I know some people don't like me, Wanda always picks on me. Bernard ignores me most of the time. Andrew, well, he's okay as long as I'm not in his garden. Dorothy cares a lot for me, though. I like her. Tom, our security guard, treats me with respect even though I'm just a housemaid. Vivian and Charles are kind to me. Oh, and Matthew, too. I almost forgot about him. He's been taking care of me forever, certainly as long as I can remember. I'm a lucky girl. Matthew talks to me whenever he has time. Sometimes I feel he's trying to escape his chores at the church. We'll talk about everything under the sun, our hopes, dreams, and future. It reminds me of our days at the orphanage. Landing a job here as a maid was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. However, I never imagined I would be having an affair with a married man, let alone my employer. Now I'm carrying his child. How do I face Matthew? You shouldn't have had the affair. He was married and your employer. You should have been like, no, thank you. And if he tried firing you, turn around and tell his wife, like, yo, this is why he's actually firing me, just to let you know. I received a letter from Matthew today saying that he will be extending his stay in Indonesia for 6 more months. That's always been him. He's always had a noble heart, wanting to help people everywhere. I miss him, but I'm glad he decided to extend his stay there. It gives me time to prepare how I'll explain my situation to him. I don't know how he'll take it if he just hears the truth blunted out once he gets back. I received a telegram this morning from Matthew wishing me happy birthday. He told me he had a special birthday present prepared for me. All I need to do is find the clues that he placed in our favorite places. He's waiting for my telegram after I've solved the puzzle. I've actually solved it already, but I don't know what to say to him. What should I do? My baby was born today at 8:20, and it's a boy. He looks just like Charles. Dorothy's taking good care of us. She prepares the food and tends to my needs. I almost feel like I'm her boss. Charles visits me all the time, asking if we need anything else. I told him he didn't have to come so often and insists on focusing on work. As a mayor, he must have a lot on his mind. Charles told me today that his mother will be arriving in 2 weeks. She knows about our relationship. I feel nervous because she's a strict woman. At the same time, I'm happy because she told Charles to take responsibility for me and my son. Soon, I won't have to be a maid anymore. Charles has decided to name our child Vincent Roberts. I like that name. Oh, God, Sophia. Sophia. Why? She doesn't have to be a maid anymore because she knows that she's going to be taken into the family and, like, all her needs are going to be met. She might not be able to live in the house, but she'll have her needs met. Like, everything's going to be there just because of that damn kid. I don't know. I don't condone. Both parties are equally guilty when you do that. Especially if you know, like, she knows that he was married. He knows he's married. You know, like, I don't get it. You can say you're lonely and everything, but that doesn't excuse the fact. So, 5 Walnut Ave. I'm looking at our little cheat sheet here. That's where Oliver lives. We have this car key. I just don't know. I guess we look around the cars and see. Well, we found it in the sheriff's office, right? So it's probably for Steven, because Steven was working with the sheriff to figure out what happened. So, yeah. And no? Oh, yeah, right. The bloody handprint. Oh, what's that? Lockbox 201. Oh. Oh. Okay. I was just trying to get this. But now I know I can go through the roof. My head hurts, my tire's flat, and the phone's not working. Is someone trying to stop me from leaving Painscreek? Am I close to discovering something? Oh god, I thought he was the one. I was wrong. He's not the killer. He's not. He's not the killer. No. Well, I don't know who he's thinking, but he already said Scott's not the killer.